everyone, welcome back to Dolly Cooks. Vincent is guest starring in this whole episode with us today.
So is Lily.
So is Lily.
No, she's running away.
She's our sous chef. And we're going to be making one of our most recent favorite air fryer things. We got an air fryer at the beginning of the year, and this is probably our favorite recipe with it. So it's an air fryer roast chicken. It cooks in less than an hour. It's skinned really crispy. And then we're going to have it with some potatoes and some wilted spinach. And Vincent's going to tell you what we've already done to the chicken.
So this is a nice small chicken. It's like 4 pounds. 4 pounds?
It's three quarters.
Okay. Because if it's too big, it doesn't fit in the air fryer.
Yeah, so the kind of air fryer that we have is the basket style, so the whole chicken can go in. As a whole chicken, if you had a toaster oven kind of air fryer situation, you would probably need to take chicken shears and cut the backbone out and spatchcock it, but we can do ours whole, generally as long as they're under 4 pounds.
So we salted it and left it to dry out, I guess. But it's wet right now, so we need to pat it dry.
Yeah.
It sat for like an hour.
So while Vincent's patting this dry for us, I'm just going to run through what we're stuffing the chicken with. So it's a small bird, so we're doing half of a lemon cut into 2, half of a really small shallot, or you could do like a quarter of a red onion or a white onion, and then very not surprising things to find in a chicken, a few sprigs of thyme, a big sprig of rosemary, and a couple of little pinches of fresh sage there. So once the turkey is all patted dry, we're ready to start stuffing it.
Why do you want to put so much inside?
This is a common source of conflict in our home, is I try and put too many things in the chicken and it upsets me.
Correct. I think you intentionally put less here because you thought I wouldn't complain about it. Here I am complaining about it anyway. It fits. Good job.
See, it fit. So that's all the prep you have to do for the chicken. One other thing that I do want to mention is you don't have to wash a chicken when you're cooking with it, because really the only thing that's going to do is get raw chicken all over your sink, and that's really gross. You just want to remove the neck and any giblets that are in there, and then pat it dry before you salt it really well. At this point, we're ready to drizzle this with some olive oil, and then there's a lot of salt already on the skin, so we won't add more, and then we'll add some black pepper to it. Vincent has chicken hands, so I will...
No, you can pour the oil and I can massage.
Yes, I will pour the oil.
Thank you. Just leave it. Just
A little more.
Just a little.
And then we'll put ground black pepper all over. I think in my most recent video, I was raving about this pepper grinder. It's truly my favorite. It's Carve. Flip it.
Sure.
And now our bird is ready to head into the air fryer. We just need to get that preheated, and it's pretty hands off at that point.
So that's what, 400 preheated?
375.
370.
So Vincent and I have prepped the chicken. The air fryer is at 375 and has a 25-minute timer on it. This cooks in 2 parts. The first 25 minutes, the chicken is breast side down, so this is sort of like a self-basting technique. So the chicken is almost ready to be flipped. It has a couple minutes left. I'm going to go ahead and get started on our sides. So we're having potatoes and sauteed spinach. I already have a pound of baby Yukon Gold potatoes in the pot, filled with water just to cover. This dish doesn't really have a name, but it's something I grew up eating, and my mom would just call it soupy taters. And so that's really all it is you boil potatoes until they're tender, and then you drain off most of the liquid, you leave just a little bit of liquid, you add some butter to the potatoes, and you've got soupy taters. Now, I do it a little different than she did. I use little baby potatoes. She would chop up like big pieces of russet potatoes. But it's like, actually, Vincent really doesn't love a potato, and he likes these potatoes. So when I want to encourage us to have potatoes with dinner, I often end up making these. Potatoes should come to the boil with the water, so that's why they're starting in cold water. Don't ask me for like the science and reasoning behind that. I think it has something to do with the starch level, but that's why the potatoes are boiling with our water, and then when it comes to the boil, I'll season it with salt. Things boil faster when you put a lid on, so let me stop yapping and focus on cooking. This is just about to go off. So you can see how crispy and gorgeous it's looking. And I'm just gonna flip it. At this point, we do want to grab some tongs. I'm just gonna stick into the cavity and give it a flip. And now it's breast side. Now it's breast side up, and this side will get really crispy, and all the fat will distribute back down in through the breast and the thighs legs. So again, 375. It went 25 minutes for the first half. I'm gonna move it to about 20. It usually doesn't take more than 45 or 50 minutes. And it's going. So our potatoes will come to the boil. They'll boil for about 15 minutes before I drain them. And then we'll do the spinach right at the last minute as the chicken comes out to rest. And easy little Sunday roast chicken dinner. All right, so the chicken is done. We're going to remove it from the air fryer, put it on a cutting board to rest for about 10 minutes, and we'll finish up our sides. It's looking really nice. Yay! So I love how crispy the skin gets with this, and then it doesn't take like an hour, hour and a half like it normally would. It's just gonna rest for about 10 minutes over, and then we'll carve it up. So the chicken is resting. The potatoes have been boiling for about the length of the second half of the cook time, which is about 20 minutes. They're pretty small little baby potatoes like you saw, so they don't need more than that. I just checked them with a fork. They're tender, so I'm gonna drain off some water and then throw in some butter and just keep them warm until we eat. All right, so I've drained the water off the potatoes. There's not too much water in here at all. And what's gonna happen is I'm just gonna add some butter, about half a stick. Throw the lid to this pot back on. Give it a little shake. Keep these on low. And then I'll check it again once the butter melts, just taste it and see if I want to add any more salt to it, and I'll add some black pepper to it as well. Now we're gonna start our sauteed spinach. Over medium. This is like no recipe. It's literally what the spinach you need. Olive oil, a clove of garlic. I recently learned this year that I prefer wilted spinach with shallot, so I'm doing 1 clove of garlic and 1 very small shallot. Just a couple tablespoons of olive oil. Let that heat. Then we'll add our aromatics, so shallot and garlic, and we will start throwing the spinach in. This is a pound of spinach, and you've seen the memes about spinach. You can throw 3 of these into a pan and you end up with like this much. So it looks like a lot, it wilts down so small. This is like literally enough to serve 4 people of wilted spinach, and that's generally what a roast chicken ends up feeding us. So, you know, we'll have dinner tonight, and then there's usually a lunch left over for us. Got my garlic and shallot here. Gotta just toss that into the olive oil. It just needs a moment, maybe a minute or so, to hang out, and then we'll start adding our spinach in. What are you doing?
Oh, I was gonna come give you the spinach, but now I'm just gonna be a weirdo.
Oh,
Hi.
yeah. Vincent's been here the whole time and just couldn't see him.
Oh yeah, very sorry.
I feel like this particular episode is giving like it's our first day on Earth.
This is Earth? You call this Earth?
Yeah. Vincent and I cook together all the time, like quite seamlessly, but filming a video and just cooking dinner without a camera on you is a very different
In our spacious kitchen.
in our enormous, glamorous kitchen. It's just a very different vibe. Alright, so adding some spinach in, you know the drill. Take the tongs, give them a toss, let it wilt a little bit, and we'll keep adding. Try and keep it all in the pan. Obviously I'm not. We'll add some salt in just a minute. You can feel free to throw spinach all over your kitchen like I am. I highly recommend that. It's a really great strategy for wilting spinach. This pan is not large enough, but someone requested that I use it, so here I am.
You just need to wait longer for it to wilt. It's not a race. There are good things that take time.
Yeah, wilting spinach isn't one of those things.
That's true. Wilted.
Just keep turning it as it wilts. Keep picking up all the spinach you're dropping. Use a larger pan than I'm using. And it's almost good. There's mostly wilted, a few big pieces, and another minute or so it'll be totally fine. Gonna throw some black pepper on it as well. You want to fancy up your wilted spinach. French's fried onions are really good on top of wilted spinach. We're not doing that today, but if you need a suggestion. Great. It's wilted spinach. It does make a lot of water, but as it cooks, a little bit of it evaporates off, and then, you know, I just generally serve it with tongs so that you're not putting all of that liquid into plates. Dinner's pretty much ready. We just need to carve the chicken. The sides are good. We'll be eating soon.
Yeah, so this chicken has been sitting for at least 20 minutes, and I think I'm still gonna burn my hands a little bit. They hold heat for a long time, so don't rush to cut it. A chicken is a great practice for your Thanksgiving turkey for how to carve a bird. I'm not very good at it. I like the dark meat. I'm going to start with the legs. So I'm going to just go ahead and cut off this little left leg here. Pop the little joint, and it comes right off in a nice little portion. I'll put it on a plate. I could do the other side, but I think because we're just gonna eat dinner now, I'm gonna do the breast. Like I said, it is kind of hot, and the breast usually keeps the heat more than the leg meat. I'm gonna cut down the middle of the breast here with my knife. It's a little harder to cut when you don't remove the breastbone before you cook the chicken, which we didn't. I sort of split it like this, and then you can get under the breast to sort of cut it away from the rib.
Look at these skills.
That's right. You can serve it with or without the wing. I'm going to serve it without the wing. Breast.
Yay, it's so pretty.
And then we're just two people, but you can just repeat on the other side of the bird for the other half
And
because
that's lunch for later this week.
I'm going to remove this little wing. Do you want the wing?
No.
No? Okay. Just leave it.
Okay, let's try our chicken. The thing about salting it about an hour before you cook it is it gets the seasoning into the meat so well. And people could say what they want about putting aromatics inside a bird's cavity, but it does its job. This has such a like earthy, herbal flavor to it, even though the herb didn't actually touch the meat, it was just sort of doing its thing inside. This is delicious, and we're gonna eat. See you in the next one. Bye!